went to the city of On. And the city of On is the capital, the holy capital of the Osiris religion, and they didn't pass, they passed through, and after that went to an area in a very small village and called right now Mataria. And in this Mataria, in Aramaic, he said to his mother, tarry here. That means we're not going to be late here. And from the word, the Aramaic word tari, it came Mataria, the word of Mataria. And
Doctor, actually, sorry, but there is a miracle that occurred in Mataria. Would you tell us about that miracle, the miracle of the tree?
oh, the miracle of the tree.
Yes, please.
Jesus Christ was playing with Joseph, the carpenter, stick, and he cut it in small pieces and he put it on the land like that. He said, this is a tree, and he went to the well and he started to water the small sticks, and immediately it came trees, and the leaves of the tree, it came up, and it was, after that they call it balsam. And the balsam trees, it comes out to be a grass fields, and the people was using it for healing, and even they made it out of it some kind of oil, which is the oil, it's very expensive to find it, but during the period this have been finished, and after that gemace, somebody came and he put a gemace tree, and the gemace tree went up. One of the Arab rulers of Egypt, I think it's Mu'izz al-Din Allah, no, Al-Hakim Ba'amrillah. So he came and he would like to cut the tree, and he bit it with the axe, but the tree was bleeding, so he never came out of it, and he went away, and the tree was sitting. Came some laborers and they took the tree and they burned it, but the tree, the roots of the tree came back and still staying till today.
That's very interesting.
And
From Mataria, did they come directly to Coptic Cairo, or it was a while before they came here to St. Sergius and Bacchus?
no, from Mataria they went to
When did
no,
they
I
come
would
to
like to
Coptic Cairo?
return back. I would like to return back to Mataria, because the Mataria, when the balsam tree was coming, so
Yes.
it was beside the well. It was a holy well, and the people was going there for healing, to the extent that some people outside of Egypt, they are coming from Jerusalem and from Greece and from Rome. They are coming only for this area to have a relaxation by the balsam tree and the well, and they were paying 6 golden ducats just to go inside and to spend the day.
Yes.
And after that, after Babylon, they went to
Yes, Babylon is
Zaytun area.
but Babylon is important because that's where we are. So don't skip it, Doctor. Tell us more about this site.
No, this side they came after the after Mataria, because after
Yes.
Mataria they went to Zaytun area, where is the Virgin Maria Church. Went, and in 1986
Yes.
it went out and showed to the people, and the Pope Shenouda after that made it right now is like a very big church, and
That's the apparition of the Holy Virgin, which appeared.
yes, which appeared in 1968.
Yes.
Sorry. So, and they stayed 3 months there, and after Zaytun they went to Bab Zuela and they stayed there for 6 days, and after Bab Zuela they went to Babylon. Here, and they stayed and they went inside a cave which was a small Roman temple, and they stayed there 3 days. On these 3 days here in Babylon, and the people was hearing about the small boy looks like a king and is healing. So he came out of Babylon because of the people who was anxious, and the rumors was coming that there was a boy, a beautiful boy came here, and he had the power of healing. So they stayed here 3 days, and after that they went south to Maadi, and from Maadi they stayed there because there was a Jewish colony were there, and a Jewish temple, and some people from Jerusalem. So the Virgin Maria was not stay as a stranger among them. So they know them very well, to the extent that they invited them to cross the Nile. So to cross the Nile, when they went down on this staircase to cross the Nile, which is right now the Virgin Maria Church is in Maadi. And Maadi, what they call this church, Al-Ma'adawiya, which is Ma'adawiya, it means the crossing.
Just to the other
So
side.
that means this the suburb of Cairo, Al-Ma'adi, that means the crossing. When they cross the Nile over
So the majority of the names came from the Holy Trip. The majority of the
name came
areas.
from the Holy Trip.
What was the purpose of the trip? What was the purpose behind the trip, the Holy Trip?
They were
No, it was flight. It was flight. The flight because the Herodes would want to kill the boy, and even Herodes know that this boy have flown to Egypt, and he was thinking about it. One of his advisors, which was came, and they asked them to prepare the people, 10 people, to go after him to kill the boy. This is Jesus Christ. And after Maadi, after they crossed the Nile, they went to Ashnin al-Nasara. Ashnin, and there was a bell, Ashnin. It's a city, old city of pharaonic city, but they call it al-Nasara. That means the people of Nazareth have been coming here. Ashnin al-Nasara. So after Ashnin al-Nasara, they went 10 kilometers to Beit Isos. Beit Isos, that means the house of Jesus. And he made a well, and in this well, to the extent that the Nile measurements was in this well, to the people was putting a rope with knots, that means in foot, to know the Nile. How is the Nile well going to be? If it's 20 foot, that means the Nile will going to be a great blessing for Egypt. And if it's 17 foot, that means it's going to be a normal flood. And after that, if it's 16, that means, please, we were going to expect.
So how did the river Nile inundation come? Was it high or low?
No, this area was inside by the river, the Ashnin,
Yes.
but the well it's some kind of
indicator.
miracle till today. It goes, it flows.
So it rises with the inundation and it goes down with it. Well, actually, the trip of the Holy Family is a long trip, and it took almost 3.5 years, but unfortunately we need to cover more segments for it. But it's important to know that the Holy Family in Egypt stayed in Egypt around 3.5 years. They went all the way till Middle Egypt and Upper Egypt, and when the angel of the Lord told them that Herod died, they came back the same way from Egypt to Bethlehem. And that wraps up this segment of the Holy Family, but stay tuned for more coming up with us on Nile Cruise. We'll be back after the break, so stay with us.
Thank you very much, sir.